All right, Sister Jean, let's go back to 2018. If you can, please, what is your favorite memory of that Loyola Chicago run?
I have so many favorite memories of that. Every game was a favorite memory, and it was different. When Dante threw aimed that ball to that basket, everybody knew it was going in, and it was quiet, and you could almost hear it slice through the basket. It was so wonderful, and we about took the roof off the house when we won that game. And then Clayton, he got that ball, dashed down the court, and threw that ball that went into the basket, out of the basket, and into it. And I said to him afterward, Clayton, I didn't know whether that would stay in or not. He said, I didn't either, Sister Jean, but I had to take the risk. I said, take the risk anytime. So, and then the others we did well too with Ben Richardson, and that I relive that so often. And I was talking about it this morning to somebody else who came in here. They wanted a picture taken, their prospective students. And I said something about them. Oh, they're from San Antonio. And I said, oh, that was such a hospitable city. Oh, thank you, Sister Jean, they said. And I said, well, it's true. I remember everything you did there. So I have so
How did that run change your life?
perhaps it gave me more confidence in these young people, even though sometimes when they were ready to go on the court, I thought, oh, who's going to be the fastest today? Who's going to get the ball? Because I tell them to shoot the ball to whoever's the best guy. The best guy isn't the same guy every time. So you're all looks to me, you're all taking your turn. You're stepping up, and that's what you have to do. And it's like throwing a coin, making a bet. And it's just wonderful to see how these young men develop from the time they start here, begin school, and then come to be juniors and seniors. It's also remarkable to me how the transfer students adapt so well, and the maturation process on their part is wonderful for them to bring to uh, Loyola.
Sister Jean, how did it change the campus?
Oh, well, I guess the campus stayed up every single night while we were doing that. And they had TVs in this student center where my office is. And they watched every game. And some of them, came, and it was spring break was over. So they came anyhow. And they came like 6 or 7 in a car and slept in the car and all that kind of stuff. But the campus became more interested in the athletic department, and not just the men's basketball, but and Porter tried very hard when he was here to get students to come to a game. He used to bribe them with, well, he brought the ice cream to their residence hall, said, this is for you to come to the game. So he worked hard, and we finally got enough people, and the team played well enough that they really we believed in each other and gave each other credit. And it sort of also jacked up the other teams to be a little bit more aggressive and do the things. So we're uh, we're doing well. And when we got into the valley, I said to one of the young men from the track team, I said, you know, um, we're working very hard in the valley. They should be happy to see us. And he said, have us. And he said, I don't think so, Sister Jean. He says, we're getting all the prizes. And I said, well, that gives a team a nice reputation, the conference a nice reputation. And he said, well, I guess it does. Strengthens our sports program, strengthens the confidence of the people who work here and the people who come to school here, and our fans, and locally and internationally. we were just all over the world and all over the news, and we appreciated being on the news.
What did your bracket look like that year?
I put our team coming to the Sweet 16, and then when we got to the Elite Eight, Clayton said to me, Sister Jean, we broke your bracket. I said, keep breaking it. Let's go. So, but I thought if they got that far, it would have been wonderful. And we just kept going and going and going. And it was so much. The first day when Dante did that, and I woke up the next morning, I said, oh, this is not a dream. Get going. We have to keep moving. And it was just so much fun. And I enjoyed it. And, talking to the reporters. And one time I had 5 microphones in my pocket, even though the reporters were all around. And one reporter said to me, well, why don't you tell me, Sister Jean, what you said in prayer to the team? And I said, oh, I can't do that because you might tell the opponents what I'm saying, and I'm saying things against them. So, nope, I don't tell anybody that. And I said I don't talk to anybody at a game either. I'm very quiet and just I'm so intense that my body is probably as tired as theirs when they get off the court. And we used to just hug each other as we did there, but since COVID, we just do nothing.
What would be your advice for other underdogs like Loyola to follow a similar path, to have that belief, that faith before the tournament?
I think that what they need to do, as Border helped to do our team, is to create a culture of sharing, team spirit, confidence. And they have to say, I can do it. I tell them that all the time. You can do it. It's like a little angel, little engine that could. He kept saying, I could, and he did. So we just have to do those things. We have to remember, and I tell them that they have to play with their heads, their hands, their hearts, and their feet. And then they looked at me when I first said that, and they said, our feet? And I said, well, you're supposed to get a rebound and just dash down the court. And that takes a lot of energy from your feet. So we just have fun when we pray. And I think God accepts that because as Dante, I keep quoting him, he said, when he heard that I was going to pray with the team, he said that he thought it would be kind of boring. But he said, no, I was giving a scouting report at the same time. So he liked that part of the prayer. But
Thank you, Sister Jean. Thank you.
thank you so much for asking me these questions. And I just love telling everybody how good our students are, our team, our athletes, how well they work at their schoolwork, their sports, their social life. They just have everything possible.